Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Kyle rescues Harrison, but here's the real missing child on Y&R. The only people not fretting about Harrison's kidnapping on The Young and the Restless are those who are stressing over Connor's latest issues. Thankfully, Kyle managed to find and rescue Harrison on the Wednesday, April 24 episode, and it looks like the little boy will soon be safely home. But why is no one concerned about the boy who hasn't been seen in what feels like years? Where is Christian Newman? For those who are new and didn't even realize that Christian exists, here's the 411 on this missing child. He is the biological son of Sage, Kelly Sullivan, and Adam Mark Grossman. Except that Sage was married to Nick, Joshua Morrow, at the time, and he was presumed to be the father. It didn't really matter initially, as Sage died and Christian was kidnapped at birth and switched with the dead child of Sharon Case, and then husband Dylan, Steve Burton. They raised the tot as Sully for almost a year, even after Sharon learned she'd been given Nick's child. When the truth came out, Christian was returned to Nick. When Adam returned from the dead, he initially sued Nick for custody of Christian. Victor, Eric Braden, supported Adam because he didn't want Nick to leave town with Christian. Also, because Victor is the worst. Christian gets mentioned once in a while, but he hasn't been seen in forever, which is a shame because there is so much potential for story. Remember how Connor, Judah Mackey, made both Johnny, Paxton Mishkind, being Chelsea's Melissa Claire Egan, biological child, and baby Ava's stillbirth all about him. Just imagine what would happen if Slash when he finds out that Christian is his brother too. Sure, Christian will be the one on the receiving end of truly life-changing news, but how can that compare to Connor's feelings on the subject? Brother versus brother is always a fun soap trope. Why not age Connor and Christian a couple of years, and really set them at each other's throats? Connor seemed interested in Lucy, Lely Brooks O'Brien, and made his usual pouty face when she seemed more into Johnny. If you're not going to play that as a triangle, then why not include Christian? In any case, it sure would be nice to see the boy who should really be the center of Victor's plans for Newman Enterprises' future. Hooray for Kyle, Michael Mueller, finding Jordan's, Colleen Zenk, motel room, kicking down the door, and rescuing Harrison, Redding Munsell. Now, who will do that for Christian because we're not so sure he's really with Nick? The best place for true soap fans to be is our Facebook groups. Have you joined? If you love soap spoilers, gossip, and fans as dedicated as yourself, check out Days of Our Lives fans, General Hospital exclusive, The Young and the Restless fans, and The Bold and the Beautiful fans. In the small town of Geno City, where the sunsets painted the sky in hues of amber and gold, secrets danced like shadows in the wind. Among its residents lived a tapestry of lives woven with love, betrayal, and the ceaseless pursuit of truth. And at the heart of it all lay the Abbott family, pillars of the community and custodians of both wealth and drama. Kyle Abbott, the young scion of the Abbott dynasty, was a man with a heart burdened by the weight of his family's legacy. Despite the opulent facade of the Abbott mansion, his soul harbored a storm of conflicting emotions. He bore the scars of a tumultuous childhood, haunted by the specter of a missing brother, Harrison. Harrison's disappearance had cast a long shadow over the Abbott family. For years they searched, their anguish echoing through the corridors of their mansion. Kyle, driven by a primal instinct to reunite his family, embarked on a journey fraught with peril and revelation. One fateful evening, as the moon cast its silver glow upon the sleepy town, Kyle stumbled upon a clue, a cryptic note left at his doorstep. The words, written in a child's shaky hand, spoke of captivity and longing for freedom. With a surge of determination coursing through his veins, Kyle embarked on a clandestine mission to rescue the mysterious child. Guided by intuition and fueled by the flickering flame of hope, Kyle ventured into the depths of Geno City's underbelly, a labyrinth of alleyways where danger lurked in the shadows. With each step, he felt the weight of responsibility pressing down upon him, the gravity of his quest pulling him deeper into the unknown. As he traversed the murky streets, Kyle encountered a cast of characters straight out of a noir thriller, informants with faces obscured by shadows and whispers that carried the scent of betrayal. But amidst the chaos, one voice rang clear, a woman named Marissa, whose eyes held the secrets of 1,000 untold stories. Marissa, with her weathered face and steely resolve, had seen the dark underbelly of Geno City firsthand. She spoke of a hidden network of criminals who preyed upon the innocent, their tendrils reaching into every corner of the town. With her guidance, Kyle navigated the treacherous maze, inching closer to the truth with each passing moment. Finally, their journey led them to a dilapidated warehouse on the outskirts of town, a fortress of shadows where the echoes of despair reverberated off the walls. With bated breath, Kyle and Marissa breached the fortress's defenses, their hearts pounding in unison as they confronted the darkness head-on. What they found within those walls defied comprehension, a makeshift prison where the lost and forgotten languished in chains. And among them stood a boy, his eyes wide with fear yet burning with defiance. It was Harrison, Kyle's long-lost brother, imprisoned by forces beyond his control. With a surge of adrenaline coursing through his veins, Kyle rushed to Harrison's side, his hands trembling as he broke the chains that bound him. In that moment, time stood still, the past colliding with the present, and the bonds of brotherhood transcending all barriers. But as they made their escape, a chilling realization dawned upon them. The true mastermind behind Harrison's abduction still lurked in the shadows, his identity shrouded in mystery. With a vow to uncover the truth, Kyle and Harrison emerged from the darkness, their bond stronger than ever before. As the dawn broke over Geno City, casting its golden light upon the world, Kyle Abbott stood tall, a beacon of hope in a town plagued by secrets. And though the road ahead was fraught with uncertainty, one thing remained clear. The Abbott family would stop at nothing to protect their own, for love was the greatest weapon of all. Kyle had always been an adventurer at heart. From the time he was a young boy, he'd explored every nook and cranny of his neighborhood, always seeking out new thrills and excitement. But on this particular day, his adventurous spirit would lead him to a discovery that would change his life forever. It all started with a seemingly ordinary walk in the woods. Kyle had decided to explore a new trail he'd stumbled upon the day before. As he wandered deeper into the forest, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs set his heart racing, but he pressed on, determined to uncover the source of his unease. Suddenly, he heard a faint cry echoing through the trees. Kyle's instincts kicked in, and he followed the sound, weaving his way through the dense undergrowth until he stumbled upon a clearing. There, huddled beneath a tree, was a small figure, trembling with fear. It was Harrison, the missing child whose disappearance had gripped the entire town for weeks. Kyle's heart leaped into his throat as he rushed to the boy's side, wrapping him in a comforting embrace. "Are you okay?" Kyle asked, his voice gentle yet urgent. Harrison nodded, tears streaming down his cheeks. "I was so scared," he whimpered. "I didn't know what to do." Kyle's mind raced as he tried to piece together what had happened. How had Harrison ended up alone in the woods? And more importantly, where were his parents? As if sensing Kyle's thoughts, Harrison spoke up. "I ran away," he confessed, his voice barely above a whisper. "My parents were fighting again, and I couldn't take it anymore. I just wanted to get away." Kyle's heart went out to the young boy. He knew all too well what it was like to feel trapped in a world of chaos and conflict. But now wasn't the time for empathy. He had to get Harrison to safety and fast. With determination fueling his every step, Kyle led Harrison out of the woods and back to civilization. Along the way, they encountered a group of concerned townsfolk who had been searching for Harrison for days. The relief on their faces was palpable as they enveloped the boy in hugs and tears of joy.